It's been a record-breaking day. More than 40,000 runners will hit the starting line tomorrow in the Bank of America Chicago Marathon. The 26.2-mile race will start out cool, but heat up quickly. Meteorologist Amy Freeze talked with Bart Yasso of Runner's World about being ready for it.
What's your impression of Chicago's running community over the years?
Well, Chicago's running community is massive. When I used to come here 30 years ago, there weren't as many runners. But now that the lakefront's developed, and now when I come here, you come here on a weekend, it looks like a race that's going on. It's just people training for the Chicago Marathon.
It is a real race. More than 40,000 runners this weekend, at least, that are really going to put on their bibs and take to the streets. What makes this marathon so special?
You know, I think people gravitate to Chicago. It's centrally located. It tends to have great weather. All the downtown hotels are very accessible to the start-finish area. Logistically, it's a great race. And the people put on this race, Mike Nishi, Kerry Pinkowski, they put on a first-class event. This event is first class from starting line to finish line. You
mentioned the weather, and we know by looking at the climate history that the actual weather, the day of the race, will affect the finish times. How should runners look at things like that?
Yes, and you know, meteorology is your specialty, and I know for a fact, going to races every weekend, if it warms up, it does slow runners down. And the forecast right now probably is not perfect. It could be a little warm, but if runners make the adjustment before the start of the race, they won't have any problems.
What kind of adjustments do you mean? I mean, just mentally?
Sure. Well, you know, if you're not good in the heat, and we're talking it's probably going to be like 60 degrees at the start and sun. Now, luckily, it starts early at 7:30, and you're saying there's not going to be a lot of humidity. So those early miles are going to feel nice. But then when that sun gets higher and it warms up towards 70 degrees, I think the average runner will slow down. So what I'm suggesting is you don't start out too quickly and run what I call a negative split, where you run the second half of the race faster than the first half. I think you'll feel stronger in those later miles as it warms up a bit. If you start out too quickly, your body's going to overheat, and when it warms up, you'll really be in trouble. So I think that's imperative. And then to take fluids throughout the race, and there will be fluids all over this course for every runner.
Finally, the event alert system in the running community. This is something that has evolved over time to let runners know what might happen race day based on the weather.
Sure.
How effective do you think that's been?
You know, it's very effective if the runners take it to heart. What I think happens is the race organizers will say, hey, it's not the perfect day, maybe put up a caution flag, and then the runners just have that mindset. I've trained 5 months for the Chicago Marathon, and I'm in this kind of shape, and they're just going to go for it. But I think if they listen, if they heed the warnings, it's to their benefit. So, you know, it's all about being smart. The runners who are going to run well in Chicago on Sunday are the smart runners, not book smart, not you know, the geniuses, the people that are runner smart, that realize the conditions and adjust to them before the race starts. Those are the people that are going to have a successful day. And you can still run fast in these conditions if you run a smart race.
Well, I know you're going to be available at the Expo. Bart has a book. It's called My Life on the Run. You've got to check that out. And good luck to everybody running tomorrow.